Okay, here we go. I think.
Don't bring that too close to me.
Oh, man.
You can ask my wife. I don't consider it a successful hike
Is it just a black snake? Yeah.
without catching a black snake.
You are crazy, dude. You are insane.
Just a little guy. Stretch him out.
Did you have snakes as a kid or something?
No.
No?
Yeah. You guys ready for some barbecue? Just a reminder to always be on the lookout.
Yeah, we've already saw one already.
A black snake?
Uh-huh.
I suggest don't do this at home. They're probably going to tell you that after I walk away.
Alright, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. First and foremost, passed another milestone. We hit over $4,000 raised for the charity. So once again, thank you to everyone who has supported the channel and the charity so far. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please go back and look at one of my first videos that explains the charity that I'm hiking for on this through hike, and you can get all the information there. I'll also post a link with the steps to how you can donate if that's how you want to support the charity right now. Just ended a very brutal day in Pennsylvania. It kicked my butt, both due to the lack of water as well as the rocky terrain. There were some fun parts, don't get me wrong, but thought it was fitting to do this video, which is dedicated to Special Agent David Wieger, who is from Pennsylvania. I figured it was more than fitting to do that today, as I finished the hardest day in Pennsylvania and only about 13 to 14 miles away from Delaware Water Gap, which will be the state line before I cross into New Jersey. So like I said, Special Agent Wieger is from Pennsylvania. He graduated from Norwin High School in North Huntington, Pennsylvania in 1997. He entered the Air Force in 1999 as a visual imagery and intrusion detection system apprentice. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but sounds like you have to be pretty smart to understand all of that. And I know he was, based on what he did in OSI. One of the things that we do in OSI when we recruit individuals is we look at special skill sets. And for Special Agent Wieger, one of the things that stood out was his technical expertise in that career field. So he was recruited into OSI's technical program in 2004. If you remember a few videos ago when I talked about Rick Albright and OSI and the ability to specialize within OSI, that's essentially what Dave did as well. So he started out his career at Travis Air Force Base at Detachment 303 in California, and he did his probationary year and started out just as a fuel agent, just like everyone else. But then he was recruited into what we call our technical services specialty. Now these guys do a wide range of things as far as photography, wires and bugs, and just all sorts of, if you can think of anything gadget wise or electronic wise that aids investigations and counterintelligence, that's what these guys do. And it takes a very smart individual that understands the technical aspect of this side of the job. That's what he did, and he was recruited into that in 2004. Within that specialty, he was actually supporting all the special access programs, and he worked for the technical surveillance countermeasures team. What is that? Well, he literally would be out there looking for listening devices, things like that, that support those programs. It's a critical component to the technical services program, and we have adversaries out there, hostile intelligence agencies, that will go to great lengths to steal secrets and One of the things that TSCM does is looks for those things and exploits that, and that's what Agent Wieger did. So you heard about Nate and Thomas Crowell, the past 2 videos, who were killed in action on 1 November 2007. Well, Dave was as well when his vehicle was struck by that IED. He was later awarded the Bronze Star, Purple Heart, and Air Force Commendation Medal, which was his second Oak Leaf Cluster, in addition to the Air Force Combat Action Medal. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to connect with any of his family or friends. So if you're watching this video and you knew him or you know a family member, please feel free to comment below and share any thoughts or memories that you have of him so we can ensure that his legacy lives on. Other than that, I hope you all enjoy the video. It is going to conclude my hike in Pennsylvania, or better known as Rocksylvania. More to come. Pretty cool here in Duncannon. They feature veterans on lampposts and telephone poles. Alright, got dropped off by Rapture's brother Tom this morning in Duncannon. Walked a couple miles through the town and just finished the climb up to the ridge. So many thanks to Tom, Julie, Kathleen, and Callie for putting us up and supporting our hike for a couple days. So we're back on the trail with full packs, definitely feeling it. Not sure how far we'll go today. Just found out this morning that my mom, or Jiffy Pop, just bought her plane ticket, so she's gonna be flying into Philadelphia in about a week. And cousin Molly is gonna drop her off wherever I am on the trail. So I'm kind of hoping we can get through Pennsylvania in that amount of time so she doesn't have to deal with the rock, but we will see. More to come. Just finished 22 miles for the day out of Duncannon. Found this little campsite here. Got one other person. Haven't met him yet. all set up. It is the top of a ridge, so it's a bit breezy. I'm hoping it won't get too bad tonight, and hopefully we'll have a repeat of the night on McAfee Knob. Porcupines. No, dude. Nope. Get. Everyone's over there. So, porcupines are not my favorite animal anymore. It was cool seeing them yesterday, but they were around my tent until 2 in the morning. And here's the evidence. They were digging all around my tent, right by my head. They were pretty annoying. Alright, we opted to cross the swamp and save 0.8. Yak's gonna be
swimming with the beaver.
I'm gonna let you go first so I can see whether it works or not.
I don't think you have a choice at this point.
all sorts of footage. Let me see your spoon here.
Hey, where's your half-gallon spoon at?
Oh, I could've used my half-gallon.
Welcome to Pennsylvania, or Rocksylvania. Alright, banged out about 27 miles today. We pushed to give us some options tomorrow because we're having trouble finding accommodations in Port Clinton. So we might have to do another 25-mile day tomorrow to get there if they can get us in, or a shorter day and then wait until the day after and hopefully do a Nero, but we'll see. Just Rapture and I tonight at this campsite. Hopefully no work plans. Not bad though. Alright, just hit 1,200 miles. Officially under 1,000 miles until Katahdin.
We got our windows down, driving down the 405, sing along to the radio. We're gonna make it someday, nothing's gonna get in our way. We will be the biggest band in town.
Right at about 15 miles for the day, and heading 2/10 of a mile to Fresh Ground and Leapfrog Cafe. If you remember him, he's the one that drives up and down the trail, providing trail magic, cooking for hikers. Last time I saw him was when I exited the Smokies there at Davenport Gap. He cooked up some venison stew and some dirty rice. So I'm more than ready for this. Can't wait to see what's on the menu. Looks like burritos are on the menu. Looks like cheese curds there. Rapture should already be there. Hello. This is gonna be awesome.
That's one of the tricky parts. When you get in a hammock, it's hard for you to see what the underquilt's doing.
Yeah.
When somebody's on the outside looking at it. So what I did was I got it and I put snaps on my underquilt. So I would snap my full corners so I wouldn't have to guess about it anymore. So I went to Walmart, got these big old snaps and sewed them in. And it worked great for me for a few years. Yeah, they will, yeah.
Thank you, Fresh Ground. All right, I'm on number 3 here with Fresh Ground. You are the man. You are the man.
Peanut butter fact. If you eat a peanut butter sandwich at home, it's peanut butter, you put it, get in the car and go down the road 50 miles and eat it. It's the best peanut butter sandwich ever. Why? Why? Tell me why. It's the same effect out here. That's what happened.
Yeah.
This food is the best ever.
No, it's
Location.
Saturday night.
we're all out. We're all out.
Whoa, man, looky here.
Hey, y'all.
How are you?
Y'all have not ate with me before, have you?
I'm not.
So you have a hand wash policy. Yeah. Dunk. Don't wash in those buckets. Dunk. Get some soap on them. Wash them to the side. And rinse off and wipe on the top. Before you touch it.
Don't mess up.
Yeah. Don't mess up, you'll be scalded. And scalded.
Mess up.
Cheese curd.
Mess up.
Someone messed up. Someone messed up.
What is it?
Is he talking shit about us slack packing? Are you talking shit about us slack packing? Mister, I can't finish a half gallon. What's going on? All right, after 3 burritos, some of the crew stopped at the shelter. There's only a quarter mile from fresh ground, but you saw all the people that showed up. I think there was a total of 27, which was just a huge crowd. So we took off, but had 3 burritos. I don't even think I'm gonna cook dinner tonight, but we'll see. But Rapture and I pushed 5 more miles to a campsite that I'm coming up on right now. I think what I'm gonna do before I set up, I'm gonna do a video, just a gear update video that kind of updates everyone where I'm at with my gear since I started, what I got rid of, what's working, what isn't, things like that. So be looking for that. More to come. All right, heading into Port Clinton, Pennsylvania, West Hamburg. Only did a few miles today. And got a Nero in town. Get a resupply, shower, laundry, beer. Alright Kyle, this one's for you. I think the last time I had Cracker Barrel was in Tennessee with you. Just walked a mile off trail for this. At the Yuengling Brewery, walking through a cave where they used to store their beer. Pretty cool. Cheersing to halfway. Yuengling Brewery. Yuengling Brewery. So it's funny how things work out sometimes. Rapture and I waited too long to book a room at the Microtel in Port Clinton, Hamburg area, and it's the only hotel in the area. For some reason it's booked up like for the next week. Got on the wait list, but that didn't work out. So we were scrambling at the last minute. Got the help from my wife, who was able to find us a hotel in Pottsville, which is about 11-12 miles up the road. and conveniently located within walking distance to the Yuengling Brewery. So our plan was to book that and then arrange a shuttle from the trail to Pottsville and then back to the trail the next day. The problem with that is it was the shuttle driver is going to charge us $50 each way for 12 miles, which is kind of absurd, but we really didn't see any other option. So that's what our plan was. After we went into town, of course, and filled our bellies at a Cracker Barrel. As we were walking to the Cracker Barrel, past a dealership with an Enterprise sign, and a light bulb went off. It was like $60 to rent a car, so that's what we did. And then I had one of my first real bonehead moves of the trip so far. After Cracker Barrel, went outside, receipt in one hand, credit card in the other because I just paid, and go to the trash can to throw the receipt away, and then take 10 steps back to my pack, and I still had the receipt in my hand. So I realized that I just threw away my credit card. So I gave some onlookers a show in the group I've been hiking around a laugh. Glad that didn't happen in week 1. I think my trail name would have been something much different than Captain America. I think Rapture wants to change it to Oscar now, so I was digging in the trash. Gives a whole new name to the term hiker trash. But Yuengling tour was awesome. Got to try some beers that are only available there. The Ramada that we stayed in was a dump, but don't really care. It was all about location. And then really worked out this morning because as I was going to drop the car back off, ran into Grumpy Cat, Yak Tracks, Pneumonia, and Whisperer at the gas station, and was able to shuttle them back to the trail. And then we had Enterprise drop us off back at the trail. So all in all, worked out perfect. I'm kind of glad that we couldn't get a room at the Microtel because I never would have been able to see the Yuengling Brewery. So many thanks to Jess, Baby Steps, my wife, for figuring all that out for us. Just had a nice climb out of town. We have 75 miles to go for Pennsylvania. Here it's going to be bad with the rocks. We've already encountered some of it. Honestly, I'm just looking to get through Pennsylvania and then meet up with my mom, Jiffy Pop, here in about 4 or 5 days. And then I do have a buddy meeting up with me tomorrow who's going to day hike with us. So it'll be cool. More to come.
That's what I'm afraid I'm gonna.
If I will not last.
How's that for Pennsylvania rocks? Hope they're not shooting my way. All right, in about 2 miles, I'm meeting my buddy Andrew, who I haven't seen in a number of years. We were both stationed together at Davis Monthan Air Force Base in Tucson, Arizona. He's still a current OSI agent, doing awesome things. I can't wait to hear about all the awesome things that he's done the past few years. It's just gonna be cool to reconnect with him. I think he's planning to do about 10 miles or so. Also got a message from Pinnacle this morning, and he's the trail angel that comped my room at the Chica and Sunsets Hostel in Franklin, North Carolina. So about 1,000 miles ago. And I connected with him, thanked him for his donation to comp my room. And he's part of the Allenstown Hiking Club. And he just said that he has a few adult sodas and he's gonna be on trail. So we're gonna link up with him in about 4 miles. So that'll be cool. It'll be a different type of day, hiking around different folks, and looking forward to it. More to come.
Looking a little skinny.
Yeah, I'm a little scared.
I actually Ubered up, and then he decided that
You Ubered up?
he didn't want to drive home. Yeah. So I decided just to leave the car at the hotel.
He's filming, by the way.
Oh,
Hopefully you're all right with that.
nice to meet you, by the
is
way.
Mark.
Raptor.
So we just met up with Pinnacle here. He's the one that comped my room in Franklin, and he brought us some adult treats. There we go. We're gonna have a beer with him and Andrew. Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
Or as we say, we're cheersing, right?
Cheersing.
Cheers. Cheers, brother. Glad you made it.
Cheers.
Dude, don't
Sorry. Cheers.
alcohol abuse. Don't spill it.
Some for the homies.
That is an impressive fire pit.
If you go on the
This is what happens when you bring your friends along on the AT. He is absolutely insane.
He's mad.
Well, you think?
It was minding its own business, getting away from everybody. Okay, here we go. I think.
Don't bring that too close to me.
Oh man.
You can ask my wife. I don't consider it a successful hike
Is it just a black snake? Yeah.
without catching the black snake.
You are crazy, dude. You are insane.
Just a little guy. Stretch him out.
Did you have snakes as a kid or something?
No.
No? You were like a kid when you saw it. You're like, okay, I need this.
I thought you had to go this way, and I went. Yeah. I thought you were.
You guys ready for some barbecue? Just a reminder to always be on the lookout.
Yeah, we've already saw one already.
A black snake?
Uh-huh.
I suggest don't do this at home. They're probably going to tell you that after I walk away.
Hey, I have a pet snake.
Yeah?
Do you?
Ball python.
Okay.
Awesome.
I would
Well.
definitely not recommend
Yeah,
doing that.
he's the
with
only one of
python.
us that's going to do that.
Make sure you know how to handle one in the wild. I'm going to move him way out of the way.
Well, I should have heard something. You start.
I think we found your second career, Andrew.
A lot of lunch up here. We just took a spot. Yeah, I don't like this too much.
I didn't know you were right behind me. Sorry.
It's okay. More to come.
What is more to come?
Rocks. Big and small.
That's the truth. Oh. Hey, Mike, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Nice seeing
Thanks
you,
for
Mike.
comping me.
Yeah.
Thanks for the beers this morning.
Nice seeing you, man.
Nice to meet you.
It was nice hiking with you.
Thanks
Nice
for the
seeing
beer.
you, man.
Nice meeting you too.
Pick up another snake. You do it. You have to have another one.
We'll find another
I'm a
snake.
little disappointed. I thought we were going to start coming out of the woodwork, man. I thought we were going to get some rattles.
I'll see if I
And
can't
you know
get
that
one in
damn
Greg's
rattles,
bag
don't,
before I
don't
leave.
let that name fool you. They don't rattle much.
No.
They're SOBs. Only one.
All right, brother.
See you, man.
Nice seeing you. Take care. And
Sir?
After?
Whatever.
Yeah.
We'll get the full hunch.
Yeah.
tell Jesse thank you for letting me skate for a day too. And good luck with everything.
I will. Yeah, thanks.
Shoot me a text when I know you're picked up so we know.
Yes, Mom.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, so Andrew just departed, started walking down one of the dirt roads towards town because we couldn't get an Uber, but we ran into some section hikers who are part of the hiking club with Pinnacle, so they hopefully picked him up and hopefully he'll get out all right. But man, awesome day. It was really cool catching up with him. That's probably one of my favorite things so far on the thru hike, is just either connecting with people or reconnecting with old friends. Awesome guy, awesome officer for the Air Force and OSI. He's done some really cool stuff in his career so far. So soon to be dad too. So I wish him the best of luck, him and his wife Jessie. And of course we got a show with him chasing down the snake. So I should have said this before he left, but he earned his trail name today with the snake. And originally we were going to call him, what was it? All right, took me a minute, but we were calling him Snake Charmer. But then I think we ultimately agreed his name is going to be Cobra, which sounds cooler. So cool catching up with him today. Thank you, brother. And then also cool meeting up with Pinnacle. Had a few morning beers, which may not have been the best idea, but we still pumped out some miles. So thank you again to Pinnacle. It was cool meeting you today and chatting while we hiked. Rapture and I are now about 4 miles from the nearest shelter and hope to be at Delaware Water Gap here in about 2 days. All right, more to come, y'all.
Our friend the wolf has come to show a new beginning needs an end. Away with your say, today you are gonna pay. If not now.
Morning, everyone. So today we have 14 miles to get to the Delaware Water Gap, where we will finish out Pennsylvania, thank goodness. But today is kind of a special day because it's the 17th of May, which means our last zero, our last day that we took off, meaning we did not hike any miles, was in Daleville, Virginia, and that was the 17th of April. So we have just hit the 30-day mark, or 1 month mark of continuous hiking every day for 30 days straight. So for comparison purposes, our first 500 miles, we did, I think we hit that marker with my wife in Grayson Highland, and I think that was either 3 or 4 April. So that took a month and a half to reach 500 miles, and we just did 570 miles in 30 days. Many reasons for that. We've stepped up the mileage each day. Obviously no zeros. You know, we're in much better shape now. And don't get me wrong, this is not a race. I'm not hurrying to Katahdin, but I think there's also something to be said about setting goals, challenging myself, understanding physical limitations and capabilities. I think what I've learned is I can push myself a lot harder than I initially thought. I know a lot of people are telling me, well, not a lot, some people are telling me, you know, don't do as much. and all with good intentions, and I'm listening to my body and things like that. But like I said, it's nice to be able to push myself and challenge myself on the physical aspect of this hike, and I'm pretty proud of accomplishing that. 570 miles in 30 days with no days off is something I never thought that I would be able to do before starting this hike. So, and let's be honest, after the Triple Crown in Virginia, there really hasn't been a whole lot to look at. In fact, lately, it's been looking at my feet, one in front of the other, for 10 to 11 hours a day. I'm not seeing a whole lot because I have to watch every step. So I know it'll get better. I'm hoping the scenery will be better once we reach the whites, but I'm told, you know, some of these New England states, this is just kind of how it is. But I don't know, I thought it was pretty cool, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. 30 days of continuous hiking, 570 miles in 30 days. We'll see how the rest of the hike goes. More to come. All right, real quick, I just want to say hi to my nieces. So, Autumn and Violet, I miss you. I miss hiking with you. Hopefully you remember our hike to Kruger Rock in Estes Park, Colorado. Remember, Tums, you didn't have to be picked up once and you made it all the way to the top. And Violet, you did good too. And hello to Penelope as well. I miss you guys. Hopefully I'll get to swing back through Colorado on my way back. Thanks for watching the videos. I miss and love you guys. So a guy named Hoot, who has been hiking around us for a while, he had to get off trail for an injury, but he's back on trail. But he is down at the bottom of Delaware Water Gap doing trail magic. So we'll have some food, maybe some beer, in about a mile. It'll be nice linking up with him again. I'm lost, I don't know where I am. All right, now say something.
Thank you to Hoot and his parents, Kitty and Mike.
Nice to meet you. I know I haven't met you yet. Can I film this? You go.
Absolutely.
This is Hoot. I met him on day one with my brother Oopsie Daisy. Yeah. They're doing trail magic for us.
You met Matt on day one?
We did. We didn't know it, but yes. All right, y'all, made it to Delaware Water Gap. Just had trail magic from Hoot. Staying at the place that you see behind me called the Deer Head Inn. So gonna drop the pack and start uploading this video. So that's gonna do it for this video. Happy trails, y'all. Please keep Agent Wieger in your thoughts and prayers, as well as his family and friends. And I will catch you guys in the next one. More to come.